I want to get a mega perimeter made today. Yep, a perimeter just like Mumbo's perimeter on the HermitCraft server, just a giant area in the world where I dig out a mega tree. I didn't mean tree. I was looking at the trees. I'm talking about a hole. Yep, a mega hole. I want to have a mega hole dug out somewhere around my base or somewhere close to my base, I suppose, where I can build a really good mob farm. Because even if this is modded, Funcraft doesn't have some of the mods that super helps you with a mob farm. It has some, but it doesn't have the mods that super help you with mob farms until late game. And to bring you up to speed, late game is whenever we can craft this thing. We're gonna need at least one of these things to get into the very, very powerful machines. I mean, this recipe, it doesn't even fit my screen. It doesn't even fit my screen. This, by the way, is 10,000 diamonds. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of crafting steps involved in this. But before we go and start digging out our perimeter, I want to show you some of the progress that we have done on the streams. One thing that is really, really important is my power generator. I've actually rebuilt a power generator, and this is it. This whole room, the purpose of it is to generate power. It may look a little bit complicated, but bear with me. I'm gonna take you guys through it. So basically what happens is it generates power by burning this pink gas here. And this is called ethylene. And I'm burning ethylene in a gas burning generator. And I'm then generating power and storing it into this power cube here. And these machines on the front here all produces the final product, the ethylene. And the way that works is that we have... we're basically doing this with potatoes. We crush down potatoes, they turn into something called biofuel. The biofuel is then sent into a PRC and it gets mixed with hydrogen and water to create ethylene. So essentially we're generating power out of potatoes. Take that, green. Take that, green. Potatoes can totally be useful. Then over on this side, we are generating oxygen and hydrogen, and the hydrogen is what we use to mix the biofuel within the PRC to create the final product, the ethylene. The ethylene is then sent underneath here, all the way over to here, comes up, stores itself in a tank, and then goes into the gas burning generators. Now this redstone here makes sure that we don't waste any ethylene. So what this does is whenever this hits about here, like 25% of the full bar of power, it's gonna start everything. It's gonna start the gas burning generators. And it does it through these things, the RF monitors. These are super, super cool. So basically I'm measuring this block right next to it, the power cell, and I'm saying whenever I have more than 95% of power, then hit this redstone line which hits this T flip-flop. Yep, that's a T flip-flop in one block, by the way. Super cool. And that shuts this whole thing off. Whereas if it hits, and this other one I should say, says that if it's less than 25%, hit the T flip-flop and turn it all on. Oh, and this is my screen telling me how much power my base is using. But check that out. So now, it just started up. These are now burning ethylene. And when they do, we are producing 30,000 RF per tick. Which is absolutely mental. That's a lot of power. We should see this thing switch off once it hits 95%. Yeah. You heard the T flip-flop switch, and now it starts draining again. So never am I wasting any ethylene by doing this. Super nerdy, but super cool. I'm very proud of this little contraption. Now all of this is going to be really important for our perimeter because I'm planning on digging it out using the builder from RF Tools. And to be honest with you, it says infuse 0%. I want to try and infuse this. So for that I'm going to need a machine infuser, which I can easily craft. And then I need a lot of these dimensional shards. How am I doing for them? I have 132. I think you find these in the nether, but you can also craft them using all the sort of vanilla components. And I think I need a little bit more than this. I think I need like 2 stacks. I should really set up a better nether portal because the only one I have is this one over here. So I'm gonna fly over to the pit of poop every single time. See this, well, brown, brown landscape. So I don't think these are the easiest to find, but if I remember correctly, they're quite far down in the nether. The nether looks so cool in modded Minecraft. You have islands like this, a little slime island with fiery slime and stuff. I love it. I can't wait for the vanilla update of nether. I think it's going to be great. Anyway, this is the stuff I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure. Yes, okay. So they come in. Oh, they're not, you don't get that many though, do you? Don't get that many. I need at least 3 stacks, but probably 4 stacks in total. Now this gives me a great opportunity to show you another thing I made on stream. And that is this thing here. The Terra Shatter. This is a pickaxe from Botania, which you rank up by infusing it with mana. And currently I've got it to A grade, so it has a little bit of an A at the top of it. And if I shift right click, oh look at how cool that looks. If I shift right click, I should be able to mine a rather large area with this thing. So let's try it out here. Yes. It might. Oh, and it's insta mining as well. I think it's a 5x5. This thing is absolutely insane. I just got some. Do I have fortune on this? I do. Got fortune 4 on it. I think the top ranked one does like a 9x9 maybe. It does a massive amount of area, but this is just... I mean, we could technically, theoretically, dig out our perimeter fairly quick using this thing. It's just the most satisfying thing ever. It even gets soul sand if soul sand gets in the way. Now, because I've infused it with Elementium, you see those pink borders or whatever it is? This thing voids all the regular blocks, so it like deletes all the netherrack. So all I'm left with is, yeah, everything else. Magma block, soul sand, cobalt ore, and all the ores that I want. I mean, this is just the coolest thing ever. This green stuff is useful, but really scary to mine because that happens. That happens. It randomly just explodes, and quite frequently as well. Is that gonna be enough? Yes. Okay, I've got more than 4 stacks. I think that's all I need. Back home, let's put this guy down so he gets power, and then I think I put the builder in here, and then these things there. Yes, and that infuses it. And like I said, I think it's 4 stacks. Now, I just realized that my power cell that I'm going to use to transfer power can also be infused. I think infusing bonus reduced long distance power extraction cost and increased RF per tick output. And this one has reduced power consumption and increased speed. That's what I want. But I would also like to be able to send power quicker. But I don't have more dimensional shards right now, so we're going to do just the builder. And I hope that we're producing enough power in this system here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this thing and link it to link ID 1. So this is on link ID 1, and now I can wirelessly, with this guy, transfer power. Oh, it already had a link ID card in it. Okay, so this is now wirelessly getting power from this, or they share the same power network. You see this, the number is the same. So that's what I'm going to use in order to be able to have power at the builder out in the world. Yes, my builder is done. Okay, so I got my builder, I got my power cell, I got my card. I also brought some sponges and some ultimate universal cables because I got a little bit of an idea of how to transfer in power. And then I got an ender chest as well, and this is one of these modded ender chests that lets me send stuff back to the other ender chest of this color, and this one specifically sends it back to my applied logistics system. So anything I put in here, like my pirate hat, for example, should end up in here. Yes. So looking at my map, and I love this map by the way, but looking at my map, I'm trying to figure out where I want to put this. I could, in theory, put it right in front of my house in this general area over here, but maybe that may be a little bit weird. This is the pit of poop. That looks super cool on the map, by the way. I love it. I just realized, I think I've actually seen a witch hut here in this modded swamp. Yeah, look at that. Is that not a witch hut? That looks like a brown square. But I think that's a witch hut. Because again, even though this is modded, I mean, the vanilla ways are still very, very powerful. At least mid-game in Funcraft. Yep, that is 100% a witch hut. There's even a witch in here. There's even a witch in here. Okay, so we got a witch hut here. And then I just happened to see, corner of my eye, this thing, which also looks like a witch hut, doesn't it? Oh, yes. Okay. All right, so there is a double witch hut thing here. To get an idea of the size, I'm using waypoints, which you set by pressing B, and then I've transported myself to each corners that I want to dig out. So then I should get a little bit of a better idea. So it would be from there to there. That's gonna be a pretty large perimeter. I just realized that I'm doing this in a swamp biome, a modded swamp, but still a swamp and still a lot of water. So I'm gonna draw a line that connects this perimeter up together, and then I'm gonna have to get rid of all the water. This is gonna take a while. Actually, there is a pump card. Wait a minute, there's a pump card in there's a pump card for the builder. So we could probably make the machine get all the water away. Oh, I completely forgot about that. And that should probably take all the other liquids away as well. That's my shape card for pumping. And then I think I want to surround this with glass to make it the clearing pump. Yes. And then I need some kind of tank, and I need some kind of... Oh, I don't know. I need to I want to void it. I want to delete all the liquids that we dig up. And I don't actually know if there is anything that lets me void the liquids in an easy fashion. So for now, I'm going to make some basic fluid tanks and some fluid pipes. And then we're going to try this out. I've just got an idea. Maybe I can build a machine that will void the fluids for us using fluid placers. So this thing, if you give it fluids, it will place the fluid in front of it. And if we have that, and then we just get a block placer or a dispenser, 2 of these, because I want to avoid water and I want to avoid lava. And I'm also going to need some breakers to remove the blocks placed. The idea is this guy places the water, and then a breaker is sitting there and a placer is sitting there. This guy plays a block, this guy breaks that block. So let's try and set this up. This will be our little work area, I suppose. So my builder is going to sit here. Anywhere outside the perimeter should be fine. We're going to need to power it, and hopefully we can make this get super fast power. And hopefully I'm producing enough power as well. It's going to be a little bit interesting to see. But you are going to be out, so you output on all sides. And then I think if I do this, I'm going to be sending it more power than if I just have one side connected, because this thing limits its power sending per side to 20,000, I think. So that should give you plenty of juice. I also need a lever. I'm just going to borrow you wood. The lever can sit there, and then we want to try and pump everything out. So I guess that's the wrong thing. If I do something like this pipes the stuff into the fluid placer, which places the fluid here, and this guy is my breaker, and then I need a logistical transport pipe there. You need to be auto output, and then we put our auto placer on top of you. If I just give this one piece of cobblestone, it should just break and do the thing. Unless this guy, oh, that guy's on redstone pulse. Okay, I need to change that. There we go. So that should all the time break that block. Nice. And then just so we don't spill the fluids everywhere, we'll just do that. I mean, that's going to be running all the time, but I think that may be fine for voiding the liquids. We'll see. So now what I got to do is I got to tell this builder what area it's going to be pumping from. And to do that, we're going to select each corner. So that corner over there and this corner. And I'm going to dig all the way down to bedrock here. And it may be a really bad idea to dig straight down, specifically now that I'm on lava level, but I made it. I actually made it. Okay, cool. So then we're going to right click. Oh, did I forgot to initiate it. I'm such an idiot. So the first thing I have to do is shift right click on this, and now it says select the first corner. Okay, now we try this again. Hopefully I don't die from this. No, I'm fine. So that's my first corner. And then we fly over to this corner. Yeah, so if I select you there, this should now have the shape of the entire perimeter. And it's so big that I have to zoom out. But yeah, that's my entire perimeter that I'm going to be digging out. So let's see if this works. We put the pump card in here, and then we should just be able to start it. And yep, no room for liquid or usable tank above below. So why are you not... Oh, you can't place block if there's a fluid there? This thing sucks then. This thing is completely broken. So first thing first, I'm going to try, instead of having a placer from that mod, let's try this block placer, which I have no idea how this works, to be honest. I think it may need... So it has an inventory. It may need a redstone signal. Is you like that? I don't understand which way you're supposed to place blocks in. So let's do this. Okay, yeah, so that works. So that can place in water if I give it a redstone signal. So what I'm thinking is we'll make an observer clock there. That's going to keep placing blocks. Hopefully. Oh, are you going to be... You're going to be weird about this, Mr. Block? Yeah, we don't want it to be that fast. We don't want it to be that fast, I just realized. I brought a timer, which is a modded clock, basically, that I can set. So if I do that, why are you not... I don't understand. I think this block doesn't like quick pulses. So let's do this instead. And you. That's still a bit too quick. Still a bit too quick. So let's do 30, which is 30 ticks. Need to let this place every single time. Yeah, okay, that works. So we have a little bit of a problem. These things have half a bucket each of destabilized redstone now, which means that they can't do anything. And for some reason, I can't seem to extract from them either, which I don't fully understand. Why do you not want to do that? Oh, this is so annoying. I also realized another thing. If we shut this thing off for a moment, I also realized another thing, and that is that I'm using the clearing pump card. And basically what this does is that it digs out the liquids, but it doesn't replace it with anything but air. And so if we have a big water pond like this, it's going to clear out a little chunk and then the water is going to reform. So I need to get myself the other pump card. Making a perimeter is hard work, even in Funcraft, even with all of the mods helping us out. There's still a lot of things to think about. Anyway, I need to make myself a new pump card, and it's going to be this one instead, the clearing pump card. So instead of selecting the new area for my new pump card, I actually copied these values here onto this card. So now that should work, and I should just be able to rerun this, but I still have to solve this. Oh, that's so annoying. I've been here for like 3 hours and it's still nowhere near done, but I did just discover a much faster way of voiding the fluids, which is this little thing here, which I think is a lot better than what I did here. So I extended my fluid placers and I ended up having like 6 of them in total, and I'm just about to take this down, get rid of all this noise, because these mechanical tubes can transfer 16,000 millibuckets, so 16 buckets every tick. And setting it up like this, transferring it to the end cable and then breaking the end cable, that actually voids the fluids, because I can then replace the mechanical tube. So I just connect this up and you see that little cable, it's going back, and then it plays a new cable, voids the stuff, and then does it again. Now I have to do this with all different types of liquids, because I can't break and replace the extractor, because then it wouldn't extract. So this one over here, I'm gonna try and put a redstone bucket in there and then have you be redstone. So yeah, now that is voided, and that goes so very quick. Check this out, look at all this water just being voided. That is so cool, because every time it breaks it basically breaks 16 buckets. All of this dirt that is over here, that was once liquid, so it's done. It's actually done quite a bit. Look at that. It's done all of these chunks underneath. There shouldn't be a single fluid anywhere from that line. Yeah, okay, now we're talking. Good. So there shouldn't be a single fluid from this line all the way over to that corner over this area here. This is so cool. I love this thing. Just look at how quickly we're deleting that lava. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Just watching this thing is really, really cool, but it has taken so long. We are now at chunk 250 out of 272, and every time it hits like a big chunk of water, even though this thing is actually doing a pretty quick job at clearing the fluids out, well, it's doing an insanely quick job. There's a lot of water and lava in an area with 272 chunks. Of course there is. Yeah, you know, 272 chunks. That's a lot of chunks. And I'm really, really happy with this little void mechanic, because in Funcraft there isn't any block that voids fluids. So we basically had to create our own little machine, which I really enjoyed. But anyway, this is at 252 chunks now. So it goes all the way from the top to the bottom. And I wanted to have a quick little fly and see how the area is looking. We should see most of the water at this point in time cleared out and replaced with dirt. Yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness, why is it updating like that? That's so cool. It's done. It's done. Yes, unbelievable. It's done. It's completed. I can't believe that's taken so long, but the last chunks were probably not much liquids in. So now that it's done pumping out all of the liquids, we should be good to go to dig everything out and to get our perimeter actually in here. Because so far, we've only cleared it with fluids. And I guess it's only dug out the fluid to this exact measurement. So I kind of want to go one in here, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start right there. This is where I started the fluid pumping. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. And by doing that, I should ensure myself... Oh no. Oh no, I don't have enough rockets to get out of here. I'm stuck in a hole. Hopefully this is high enough up. So let's right click that. New settings, copy to the shape card. And let's say goodbye to this area. Oh, this is something I gotta take care of though first. If you find a tree like this in Funcraft or in any mod pack that has Stormcraft, this means that there's a spawner underneath. Look at that. And spawners, if we break this one, gives us spawner shards, which we can use to make a spawner changer, so we can make a custom spawner, and we can turn into iron, but we also need them endgame to make powered spawners. So we need this recipe here, and spawner shards can only come from breaking spawners. So that's a great find. I'm going to send that back to the system. Anyway, as I was saying, it's time to wreck this terrain and make it into a massive mega hole of doom. So what we're going to do is break our tank, and then we're going to plonk down our ender chest. So with items, this should be easier than with fluids, because we should have storage space for most things back at the base. And I say most things because I may have missed a resource that we're going to get a lot of, and if so, that's going to clog up my storage system. But anyway, we put this in there and go. Not enough room or usable storage. Oh my goodness, okay. Okay, this thing is digging things so quick. This thing is digging things so insanely quickly. It is being sent back. That's the hilarious part. So if I shut you off, that's the speed we're sending it back at. Which, to be fair, that's really quick. That's really, really quick. The reason we are struggling is because this thing is digging so insanely quickly. But it's still at 0 of 255 chunks. So I do want this quicker. So back home once again. I want to check on another thing as well. How are we keeping up with power? Yeah, that's not too bad. Is that all my builder is draining? Because it is still digging, right? I guess it's not digging as fast as it can. Yeah, look at that. When I give it the item space, look at that. When I give it item space, it just bumps it up. But that's still less than we are producing when the ethylene generators are running. Given that we have ethylene, which we still have. We still have ethylene. The potatoes are still doing a good job. I mean, just looking at this thing and the items keep blinking by. It feels like it's really quick, but the builder is still quicker. So we're going to try another thing here. We're going to try, maybe we keep these cables to start off with. And what I want to do is... this hopefully has channels left on it. No, I don't want to actually connect that there. Here, let's try this. We're going to put an interface there, and then we're going to use translocators. So one there and one there. We're going to give them a glowstone upgrade, which is speed upgrade. And also diamond nugget. Is that something that you want? Oh, these are the wrong diamond nuggets. Ah, that's why. Okay. Is this going to speed it up? Oh, that actually clears it out. Wait. Is that keeping up? That's almost keeping up. What if I put another one? Because you're okay there. What if I put another one here? And now we're talking. This thing is still digging ridiculously quick. But look at that. It cleared it. It actually cleared it. Okay, let's see now how we're doing with power consumption. Are we using more than we're producing? We're still good. Only just though, because the ethylene burners are on right now. So I'm generating max amount of power at the moment, because you can see this redstone line is toggled. And we're only just building power. Very, very, very well. Well, I mean, over time we may not be. So somewhere in this area, we should see a big hole starting to form. Oh, yeah, over here. Look at it. Oh, why is it water there? I've made sure that there shouldn't be any leakage of fluids. That is really weird. There shouldn't be any water. The easiest way to see how it's digging is to look into my underpouch and just see all of these blinking items. Oh my goodness! Okay, that scared me. Or just wait for it to pass by and do that. Now this water is taking its time to clear, but I don't think there is a... I mean, it shouldn't be a water source anywhere, but maybe there... I don't understand. Look at that zombie. He's so confused. It's like, no, wait, what's going on? I'm sinking. I'm sinking. Now I'm gonna let this thing run probably overnight and then, or restart it and run it again to get rid of any extra materials like the meteorites and stuff and fluids. But this is a mega project of doom in Funcraft and I'm loving it. I'm loving to do these sort of vanilla-ish projects, but using the modded tools and utilities that we have available to us, like this digger instead of a TNT duper. But yeah, like I said, I really hope that you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, do hit the like button down below, and if you're brand new, consider subscribing, and I will see you dudes in the next episode.